Okay, at this point in the series, I just explained how to create collections of data with lists and with arrays in C Sharp. And then I have explained how, because we very often need to go over all the elements of the array or the list to either populate them or to either read them and use them for whatever reason, then for loops are one of our best friends when it comes to iterating over all the elements of the array. And I also explained how from back in the old times of computer science, the letter I actually became the staple of the name for variables that we use in for loops because it referred to the index of the elements that we were looking for in an array. So this is just to say that for loops are so tightly tied to the idea of iterating over collections of data that at some point in more modern programming languages, people who were designing these languages decided that maybe we could actually like save ourselves a little bit of like the cumbersome typing that sometimes is involved in a for loop and design an iteration structure that is specifically designed for iterating over collections of data. And that's where the new iteration structure that we're going to learn today is coming, which is the for each loop. Okay? What that means is that a for each loop is a for loop. You think of it as a for loop that is specifically designed to make it very easy to write, going over all the elements one by one in an array or in a list. So let's say that I have this for loop that I'm using to print all the elements on the console, right? I can also iterate over all of these elements by using this structure called for each. I open and close parentheses, I open and close curly brackets, and then inside here of the parentheses, I'm going to specify a statement that is going to be useful to retrieve elements one by one from this list. So for example, if I have the list numbers and I know that each one of the elements of this list is an integer, what I can do is I can do on the fly, just for the for each loop, I can declare a variable of the type integer, so for example num, and I can say I'm going to declare this, and this is going to represent each one of the elements of my numbers list. So I'm going to say I'm going to define int num for each one of the elements in numbers. Okay? And then once I am inside of the for loop, then what I can do is I can print line this new variable that I have defined, which represents the first element in the number array, in the number list, the second element, the third element, each one of the elements one at a time. So I can do that, and if I do that, I'm going to print this here, and you can see that one at a time, I start printing each one of these elements to the console. Okay? So arguably, this for loop is a little easier to read. It's also sometimes a little faster to type. And some people find it a bit more elegant. I honestly don't have a preference. I happen to use it quite often, actually, especially for lists. But it's definitely especially useful when, for whatever operation you're using, you don't really need the number of the position at which that element is. So for example, when you just want to read elements and when you know that you want to go over all of them, then it's particularly useful. This also works for arrays. So in the previous example, I'm going to cancel this and I'm going to say for elements, for arrays, I can also say for each integer number inside of numbers, can you please console write line this variable that I just created on the fly? And then if I run this code, I still get a printout of all those numbers in the array. Okay? Now, this is a bit more elegant. I find it a bit more, I actually like it a lot, actually. This kind of, and it saves some cumbersome typing very often. Again, for each, a very interesting iteration structure whenever you're sure that you would just want to go over all the elements of a particular list or an array, and where and mostly for when you're not going to be changing them, where you're just going to be reading them or using it for some other purpose. Okay. All right. Wonderful. See you on the next video.